My name is Josh Young, and I am the Director of Legislative Affairs at Action for Boston Community Development, which is an anti-poverty organization in Boston, Massachusetts.
And is this your first LIHEAP Action Day?
No, this is my third LIHEAP Day. I've come to the past two.
Okay. And why are you a part of it?
I'm a part of LIHEAP Action Day, as LIHEAP is an important part of the anti-poverty programs that we provide to the residents of Boston and the greater Boston area.
And what impact have you seen LIHEAP make on your local community?
We've seen a dramatic impact that LIHEAP makes in allowing children to be prepared for school, as well as we've seen signs of adults who are hanging out in public spaces in order to keep warm during the winter months, as well as we've unfortunately had a few fires over the years with illegal space heaters that people have used to replace their heating source.
And what message do you want to share with the representatives on the Hill?
Just that winter in New England is like an emergency. It's like a natural disaster that happens in other places throughout the country. So it's like an earthquake out in the West Coast. It's like a tornado out in the Midwest. It's a serious emergency that it impacts the New England and Midwest states. And we really think that all of Congress should recognize that and fund the program appropriately.
And do you have any best allies on the Hill, and what have they done to support your organization and the program in general?
Sure. Luckily, our Massachusetts delegation is really supportive of the program. They've been very helpful in trying to get funding for us over the years, as well as in making calls to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services when funding has been slow in coming. A couple of years ago, of course, we had the government shutdown in October, and our Massachusetts delegation was really helpful in trying to figure out a way for us to get the program started on November 1st, despite the fact that there was a shutdown being done by the Congress.
And what is something that the average citizen or voter doesn't know about LIHEAP, or how the congressional budget for it affects the program?
I think the average American voter doesn't know how much of a reach there is in the customers that we see coming through our doors every day asking for LIHEAP. It is the elderly retiree, who's struggling. It is the single mom who's working a couple of jobs in order to keep the heat on for her children. But it's also a lot of working poor families who come through our doors, and I don't think people really realize how much of a wide swipe there is of the population of working poor families that come in for LIHEAP.
And is there anything else about your organization or about your feelings about today that you'd like to share with us?
Just that the utility companies in Massachusetts have been really supportive. We went through a deregulation bill about 20 years ago where the utilities did a good job of stepping up and promising to do all kinds of innovative programs with community action agencies and other energy energy providing associations in Massachusetts. And we have a group called LEAN, or the Low Income Energy Action Network, which is similar in Massachusetts to what NEUAC does here, where the low income energy directors and the utilities get together and come up with some innovative programs. And one of them to mention is that the utilities have come up with funding so that we're able to weatherize multi-unit buildings throughout Massachusetts that we were never able to do before.